What if I told you there's a combination of human traits so statistically improbable that if such a person actually existed, they'd be literally one in a number too big to pronounce? Today, we're going to combine the rarest documented genetic conditions, physical anomalies, and biological quirks ever recorded in medicine to engineer the single rarest human being theoretically possible. And when we calculate the combined odds at the end, you'll understand why this person has almost certainly never existed and probably never will. First, let's establish our baseline. You are already a statistical miracle. The odds of you existing, specifically you, with your exact genetic makeup are roughly 1 in 400 trillion. That's winning a lottery where every atom in the universe is a ticket. But today, we're not talking about typical. We're stacking rarity upon rarity. We're looking for someone who hits the genetic jackpot in the most unusual way possible. Each trait we add multiplies the improbability. By the end, we'll have created a human whose existence would defy comprehension. Let's start with their blood, not red blood, golden blood. This isn't metaphorical. There's a blood type called Rh-null, nicknamed golden blood because it's so precious. Only about 50 people on Earth are known to have it. That's 1 in 6 million. Here's what makes it extraordinary. Rh-null. Blood lacks all Rh antigens, the surface markers that determine most blood types. This means golden blood can be safely given to anyone with a rare Rh type. It's essentially a universal donor for the rarest blood recipients. But here's the paradox. Someone with golden blood can only receive Rh-null blood themselves. If they're in an accident and need a transfusion, they're in extreme danger. They're encouraged to freeze their own blood just in case. So our rarest human walks around with the most valuable blood in medicine and the most dangerous. And that's just what's running through their veins. Wait until you see where their heart is. Our rarest human's heart is on the wrong side. Not wrong medically, but reversed. This condition is called Situs Inversus totalis, a complete mirror image reversal of all internal organs. Affects roughly 1 in 10,000 people. Their heart points right instead of left. Their liver sits where their spleen should be. Their appendix, if they still have one, is on the wrong side. It's a perfect anatomical mirror image. Here's the fascinating part. Many people with Situs Inversus live their entire lives never knowing. They discover it accidentally during an unrelated scan or surgery. For most, it causes zero health problems, but it does complicate things. Surgeons operating on them have to mentally flip everything. Diagnosing appendicitis means checking the wrong side. And if they need an organ transplant, the donor organ has to be positioned differently. Our rarest human is a walking mirror image, inside out, quite literally. Now, let's talk about something most people take for granted, something you're feeling right now. Reading this script, pain. Our rarest human cannot feel physical pain. At all. Ever. This is congenital insensitivity to pain with anhidrosis, or CIPA, one of the rarest neurological conditions known to medicine. Exact prevalence is unknown because it's so uncommon, but we're talking maybe a few hundred documented cases worldwide. It's caused by mutations in the NTRK1 gene, which disrupts the body's pain signaling pathways. These individuals are born without the ability to perceive pain or temperature extremes. Sounds like a superpower, right? It's not. This condition is devastating. People with CIPA frequently self-injure without realizing it, biting their tongue, fingers, lips until severe damage occurs. They don't pull away from heat, so they suffer burns. Broken bones heal improperly because they keep walking on them. Many don't survive past age 25 due to accumulated injuries and infections they never felt coming. Our theoretical rarest human would be in constant danger from a world designed for people who feel pain. Every moment would require vigilance that most of us never need, and we haven't even gotten to what they look like yet. Let's talk appearance. Our rarest human has red hair. Not auburn, not strawberry blonde. We're talking genuine, vivid red hair. Globally, only 1 to 2% of humans have naturally red hair. It's concentrated heavily in Northern Europe. Scotland and Ireland see rates up to 10 to 13%. But worldwide, you're looking at a small minority. They also have green eyes, the rarest natural eye color, about 2% of the global population. Red hair and green eyes together, that's one of the rarest combinations in existence. Both traits are recessive, requiring both parents to carry the genes. Studies suggest the correlation makes this combo appear in roughly 0.14% of people. That's less than 1 in 700. Oh, and they're left-handed. That's another 10% of the population. Combine all three, independent probability suggests we're looking at somewhere between 1 in 25,000 to 1 in 50,000 people. They turn heads in any room, a living, breathing collection of recessive genetic victories. But their hair doesn't just have a rare color, it has a rare structure. Our rarest human has uncombable hair syndrome, also called spun glass hair. Fewer than 100 cases have been documented in medical literature worldwide. It's caused by mutations in genes PADI3, TGM3, or TCHH, which affect how hair shafts form. Instead of growing down smoothly, each hair grows out in multiple directions, creating this silvery, frizzy, impossible to comb appearance. The good news? It usually improves after puberty. Many adults who had it as children look completely normal, but during childhood, our rarest human would have hair that literally cannot lie flat. It's harmless, visually arresting, and extraordinarily uncommon. Perfect for our collection. Remember those green eyes? Let's make one of them a different color entirely. Our rarest human has heterochromia, 2 different colored eyes. Complete heterochromia, where each iris is a distinctly different color, affects fewer than 1 in 500 people. Some estimates place it closer to 1 in several thousand. There are different types. Complete heterochromia, 2 entirely different colored eyes, is the rarest form. It can be genetic or caused by injury, disease, or certain medications. So now our rarest human has golden blood, mirrored organs, feels no pain, red hair that can't be combed, 2 different colored eyes, and writes with their left hand. And we're just getting started. Open wide. Our rarest human has more teeth than you. Hyperdontia is the growth of extra teeth beyond the standard 32. It affects between 0.1 and 3.8% of the population depending on which studies you reference. These supernumerary teeth can appear anywhere. The most common is a mesiodens, an extra tooth between the 2 front teeth. Others grow extra wisdom teeth. Some people have had dozens of extra teeth extracted over their lifetime. Sometimes hyperdontia signals underlying conditions like Gardner's syndrome or cleidocranial dysplasia, but it can also occur in otherwise healthy people. Our rarest human just happens to have a few bonus teeth. Dentists would find them fascinating. Orthodontists would cry tears of joy and despair simultaneously. Check their ears. See that tiny hole? That's a preauricular sinus, commonly called an ear pit, a small congenital remnant dating back to when our ancestors had gills. It's basically an evolutionary leftover. Prevalence varies wildly by ethnicity, from 0.1 to 0.9% in white Americans, up to 10% in Asian populations, and around 5% in African Americans. Most are harmless, though they can become infected. In some genetic syndromes, ear pits correlate with hearing loss or kidney abnormalities, but in isolation, it's just a quirky little mark that says, your inner fish is showing. Our rarest human has at least 1, maybe 2, 1 in each ear, because why stop at merely rare when you can be symmetrical about it? Have them make a fist and flex their wrist. Do you see that cord-like tendon popping up in the middle? That's the palmaris longus muscle, and our rarest human doesn't have it, in one or both wrists. This muscle is present in animals that use their forearms for locomotion, like climbing mammals. In humans, it's largely vestigial. Absence rates range from 10 to 20% overall, but vary dramatically by ethnicity, from 1.5% in some groups to nearly 64% in others. Interestingly, surgeons love this muscle, or its absence. When someone needs a tendon graft, doctors often harvest the palmaris longus because missing it doesn't affect grip strength. Our rarest human is short one spare part. It's a subtle difference. You'd never notice unless you knew to look, but it's another checkmark on our rarity list. One final party trick. Ask them to roll their tongue. Now ask them to do this, the cloverleaf tongue fold. Only about 14.7% of people can fold their tongue into this distinctive 4-leaf shape. Tongue rolling is relatively common, 65 to 81% depending on the population studied. But the cloverleaf maneuver, much harder. It requires specific tongue muscle control that most people simply don't have. Fun fact, tongue rolling used to be taught in biology class as a simple dominant recessive genetic trait. We now know that's wrong. There's a strong learning component. Children often develop the ability between ages 6 and 12, but cloverleaf folding appears to be genuinely rarer and more constrained. Our rarest human can do it effortlessly. One more thing that makes them unique at parties. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for. Let's calculate the odds. When we multiply these probabilities together, Assuming independence, which is itself a huge assumption, we get a number so large it's almost meaningless. Note, several of these are estimates because exact prevalence is unknown due to extreme rarity. That's 187 decillion, a number with 36 zeros. To put this in perspective, there are roughly 7 quintillion grains of sand on Earth. That's 7 followed by 18 zeros. This number is 27 billion times larger than that. You're more likely to win Powerball twice in a row, then get struck by lightning, then be attacked by a shark, all while holding a winning lottery ticket from another country. If every star in the observable universe, 200 billion trillion, had 10 planets and every planet had 10 billion people, and you picked one person at random from all of them, you'd still be off by a factor of billions. This person does not exist, almost certainly has never existed, and likely never will, at least not with this exact combination. But before we get lost in these numbers, let's acknowledge some important caveats. First, we assumed all these traits are independent. They're probably not. Some may share genetic pathways, some combinations might be embryonically lethal, meaning a fetus with certain trait combinations might not survive to birth, so the true probability is fundamentally incalculable. Second, many of these conditions carry genuine suffering. CIPA isn't cool, it's dangerous. Uncombable hair syndrome can cause social distress for children. Golden blood creates life-threatening transfusion risks. We shouldn't treat these as novelty collectibles. Third, if such a person did exist, they'd face enormous challenges. Can't feel pain means constant injury risk. Mirrored organs mean complicated medical care. Golden blood means transfusion nightmares. They'd need a specialized medical team just to navigate basic healthcare. Our rarest human wouldn't be a superhero. They'd be a medical marvel requiring extraordinary support. But here's the truth. You are already statistically miraculous. Every human being is a combination of traits so improbable that your mere existence defies easy mathematics. Your specific genetic sequence, your life experiences, your perspective, they've never existed before in the history of the universe, and they'll never exist again. You don't need golden blood or mirrored organs to be rare. You already are. If this video made you appreciate just how weird and wonderful human genetics can be, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of us. In the comments, tell me, do you have any rare traits, red hair, attached earlobes? Can you do the cloverleaf tongue? I want to hear about what makes you genetically interesting. Next time we're asking, what's the absolute limit of human lifespan according to current science? The answer might surprise you. Thanks for watching.